Under the bus you go, Todd Blanche. This is the karma that you deserve. Donald Trump is throwing Todd Blanche under the bus. Blanche is flailing. He desperately wants to be confirmed as the Attorney General. He is Trump's pick for AG. He's currently the acting Attorney General. 2 Republican senators in the Senate Judiciary Committee are refusing to allow Todd Blanche's nomination to go for a full vote before the United States Senate until Todd Blanche and the Department of Justice put it in writing that the so-called Anti-Weaponization fund that Blanche and Trump created is eliminated, and also that the super pardon, waiving all tax liability and prohibiting all tax fraud investigations into Donald Trump and audits into Donald Trump for not paying taxes, that is eliminated also. Now, Todd Blanche apparently so desperately wants to become the Attorney General. He's talking to Republican Senators Cornyn and Tillis, who are the 2 Republican senator holdouts, and he's trying to desperately come up with some deal in order to be confirmed, but Donald Trump is just preventing that from happening. Now, there's so many other reasons, in my opinion, why Cornyn is not qualified to be anywhere near the Department of Justice. In my opinion, he shouldn't even have a law license, but for these 2 Republican senators, if Todd Blanche just puts it in writing that the Anti-Weaponization fund is gone and that Trump doesn't have this super pardon from all tax liability and tax audits, they'll confirm him. But Donald Trump is not allowing Blanche to put that in writing. Donald Trump posting on social media the following: John Cornyn never had a problem with the so-called fund, which will not benefit me, but rather the great American patriots who were hunted down like dogs and whose lives were unfairly and illegally destroyed by the crooked Joe Biden administration until after I decided to endorse and support his Republican primary opponent in Texas, who easily won the nomination for the United States Senate. Pause right there. You're talking about the January 6th insurrectionists, like the Oath Keepers, like the Proud Boys, and others. You're saying they were unfairly hunted down like dogs. I recall those January 6th insurrectionists attacking the Capitol building and trying to overthrow a free and fair election. Go on. Perhaps there has never been a group of people treated so badly in our nation's history, Trump said. They're still suffering, many ruined, and I felt that they should be given compensation for what has been done to them. I gave up any payment for myself, which would have been substantial, including for the illegal and unprecedented raid on Mar-a-Lago, my home in Florida, even though many legal experts and others, including John Cornyn, said it was shocking and disgusting display of weaponization against me. There was a valid search warrant for Mar-a-Lago, the property, which is also a country club, where you had classified documents that were basically thrown throughout the premises. There is no cause of action when there is a valid search warrant. By the way, you're still trying to cover up Volume 2 of Special Counsel Jack Smith's report about the search warrant and investigation regarding the classified documents that were kept at Mar-a-Lago. And then Trump goes on to say over here, such an event has never happened before and hopefully will never happen again. I will always feel these victims of government abuse should be paid back for what they were forced to endure. Their lives have been ruined. Millions of people agree with me, as was proven in my landslide presidential win, where this was a major subject of debate, and so did John Cornyn until he lost his election to an opponent that I endorsed. Todd Blanche, a good man, should be immediately approved as U.S. Attorney General. By the way, there is a massive financial pecuniary benefit for Donald Trump in this collusive settlement, an agreement that was deemed collusive by a federal judge and improper, that it waives tax liability from Donald Trump from the date of the settlement agreement going back. So Donald Trump made billions of dollars since he's been in office, right? So the way you can construe this settlement agreement that Trump entered with the Treasury Department and the IRS, the settlement agreement was entered into on such and such a date. All those billions of dollars were made before the settlement agreement. So Trump would argue, in my opinion, that you can't audit or look into any claims of tax evasion, not paying taxes on that $4 billion, or I believe Trump made way more than the $4 billion than is being publicly reported. But think about whether it's capital gains or ordinary income, that's billions and billions of dollars right there that Donald Trump may not pay in taxes, in my opinion, or that's how that agreement can be construed. So you see Donald Trump's post right there. I mean, Trump is saying very clearly that he wants the weaponization fund. That was his post. Make sure you approve Todd Blanche anyway. I support the weaponization fund. So Senator Thom Tillis, the Republican from North Carolina, said, okay, the president made it clear today that the so-called anti-weaponization fund is still alive, which is exactly why we are attempting to formally end it. While I never disagreed that the Biden administration pursued a number of vindictive prosecutions related to January 6th, the criminals who assaulted police officers and defiled our nation's capital are not great American patriots who are victims of government abuse.
One thing I love about summer is how easy everything feels. The days are a little more relaxed, and I find myself reaching for the same comfortable go-anywhere pieces again and again. That's why I keep coming back to Quince. They focus on well-made essentials that naturally become those everyday staples you actually live in all season long. Quince's 100% European linen pants and shirts are breathable, easy to throw on, and the summer upgrade your rotation needs, starting at just $34. Their tees are soft enough to live in all day, and the lightweight cotton sweaters are exactly what you want when summer nights cool down. Everything at Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They work directly with ethical factories and cut out the middlemen, so you're paying for exceptional quality and not the brand markup. The Quince linen shirt has been my go-to all summer, and I know you're going to love it too. And it's not just clothing. Quince has become trusted favorite for everything from home to travel to everyday essentials. Make your summer wardrobe easier. Go to quince.com/Meidas for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/Meidas for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Meidas.
Anyone who attacked law enforcement should still be in prison, not getting a check from the federal government. Senator Cornyn and I have been working with Acting AG Todd Blanche to end the anti-weaponization fund, and he has been forthright, thoughtful, and patient. It is a shame his confirmation has hit a snag only because an incompetent personal advisor to the president refuses to amend the bogus settlement. I will continue working in good faith to put an end to this legal and political albatross and prevent any potential misallocation of taxpayer dollars. So let's be clear. Thom Tillis and John Cornyn are not like heroes in this story. They're doing the very bare minimum. I mean, you see Thom Tillis basically say that he thinks that the Biden administration even acted inappropriately as it related to January 6th insurrections, but not the ones who attacked law enforcement officers, but the other ones. Also, Donald Trump. Also, you have Thom Tillis saying that he believes that Todd Blanche is working in a forthright manner and they're trying to, in good faith, come up with a solution. Todd Blanche doesn't do anything in good faith. There's no good faith solution. There's so many other reasons why Blanche should not be confirmed as the Attorney General right here. And he's not been forthright at all. I mean, just think about what happened yesterday. Think about the fact that the Department of Justice had to dismiss the case against David Hearn for the reflecting pool, where the DOJ just lied and said that David Hearn was vandalizing the reflecting pool when they knew that to be false, when they had the evidence, they knew it to be false, but they pursued it. That's on the hands of Todd Blanche, as well as the tens of thousands of other cases also that have been dismissed for similar falsification and fraudulent evidence and grand jury misconduct. That's what Thom Tillis says. Senator Cornyn said the following: Trump is mistaken if he believes concerns about this provision in his tax lawsuit settlement are limited to me and Senator Tillis. And then John Cornyn came out and said, I won't change the filibuster at all. Meanwhile, you have Marco Rubio trying to pressure Tillis and Cornyn and others just to go along and confirm Todd Blanche. And they're trying to make it like a national security thing. Like, look, we're in this catastrophic war. Look, we have the international criminal courts coming after us. We need Todd Blanche in there right now as a matter of national security. That's why Rubio's like, Todd Blanche has been an invaluable partner in advancing Trump's agenda. And as a result of his leadership at the Department of Justice, Americans are safer today. The Senate should not leave for recess without confirming the Attorney General. That's what he says right there. Now, when Donald Trump was in Camp David, let me share with you what he said over here. He goes, people were horribly treated on January 6th, horribly treated and abused. Here's what he said.
Do the same thing. Want to know the truth? I think I do the same thing.
Mr. President, on that though, do you agree, just to be clear, do you agree with the acting Attorney General that the Anti-Weaponization Fund is dead? And why not just put that in writing?
It's dead, but you know, I wish it weren't, to be honest with you. I think people were horribly treated, horribly abused. This has nothing to do with Todd. This was me. Horribly abused, and I'd like to see them compensated for the pain. They lost their families. They committed suicide. Many people committed suicide. They went down for an innocent journey. And I'm not only talking there, I'm talking about not even having to do with that. The way they were treated. The Biden administration and the Obama administration weaponized government and destroyed lives.
But should they put it in writing?
Then Donald Trump was saying that he's the victim, that people attacked his home at Mar-a-Lago. He deserves big damages. Let's play.
Now, I was abused. They attacked my house, Mar-a-Lago, where I live. And big damages should have been given to me. I don't want anything. I'm not talking about myself.
More from Donald Trump saying, I've been abused more than anybody. You know, Trump cares more about himself and this weaponization fund, not even for the January 6th insurrectionists. He wants to waive all the tax liability into him. He wants no IRS audits for the rest of his life with all of the money he's made, in my opinion. Let's play this clip.
I probably was abused more than anybody in the history of our country, but I wasn't looking for that.
And then Donald Trump's like, just approve Todd Blanche. Just, and this is what Donald Trump's going to do. He's just going to be relentless, do nothing in writing, and he's going to continue just to say, approve him. And he's never going to agree to put anything in writing. Here, play this clip.
But there were a lot of people, and I'll tell you something, Todd Blanche is a very, very good man, and he shouldn't be in the middle of this. He should get approved, because you will never get anybody like him. You're never going to get anybody. And to make him a pawn in this whole thing, this is being done by a senator. And I don't really blame him, to be honest with you. I endorsed his opponent, and as soon as I endorsed his opponent went through the roof, and he won the primary election in Texas, was Senate. And the man that lost, the man that I didn't endorse, has become very angry, and that's okay. I mean, I understand that. I probably would do the same thing. You want to know the truth? I think I do the same thing.
Mr. President.
And then he lies and says that there are a lot of Democratic people who are upset about there not being this anti-weaponization fund. Here, I'll show this to you.
History will show that we're treated like nobody else has ever been treated. So badly, so horribly. Their families have been ruined. Many, many suicides. They've committed suicide. People that were very successful that wanted to go to a rally or an event and ended up spending the rest of their lives in horror. No, so I mean, you can say what you want about the fund, and they've agreed to not have a fund, but there are a lot of people that are very upset about it. A lot of Republican people, a lot of Democrat people are very upset about it. A lot of people were covered. I wasn't covered by that fund. I don't want to be covered by the fund.
So you have Blanche's nomination derailed. You've got Donald Trump out there basically refusing. The one point I wanted to make about Tulsa, there's just some advisor who's advising Donald Trump that way. It's like, yeah, it's Donald Trump. There's no secret advice. I don't get how all of these people are like blaming these other people. It's Donald Trump is being told, but no, it's Trump is doing it. We hear him. We hear what he has to say. There's no secret person giving him bad advice. Trump doesn't want to pay taxes. It's that simple. Anyway, hit subscribe, get your copy of WTF America, pre-order it right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you.
Breaking news right now, my brothers and I wrote a book. It's called WTF America. And well, doesn't that just say it all? It comes out officially this October, but you can pre-order your copy today. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description below.